as you all know, we'll be looking at comment, line breaks, and horizontal row. So all you just have to do, as I taught you earlier, shift exclamatory mark, then press what? Enter. So all these meta chart sets, you clear it off. Sorry. Backspace. So what's our title for this? So just call it. Sorry. Let's just call it HTML tutorial 3. So you contrast to, sorry, you contrast to save. Okay, so you come to the body. So we're looking at comment. So comment is meant for someone reading the code or programmers. Just understand that, okay, this is what we are doing in this particular space. So anything you write inside the comment will not have effect on the browser. So how do you write comment? You press shift, less than sign, exclamatory mark, and double hyphen. Then you see that there is a corresponding closing tag with double hyphen and a greater than sign here. You can see it here. So anything you write inside the comment will not have effect on the browser. So let's write something inside the comment. Let's just say I sorry I really like coding in HTML. So you contrast to save. Let's say how the browser renders it. You can see there is no what, there is nothing showing, there's no content on the browser. So let's write it out of the out of the comment. These are the comments here. This is the end, the beginning, this is the end. So let's write it somewhere here. Let me just write how you contrast to save. Then you come to the browser, refresh. You can see the hour you showing on the browser, but it's not showing. Sorry, the hour is showing on the browser, but I really like coding is not showing it. I really like coding in HTML is not showing on the browser. Why? Because this here is inside the comments. So anything inside the comments, we will not have reflect on the browser. So the comment, as I said earlier, is for a programmer to be able to read a code that's already been written. So anything inside the comments will not have effect on the browser, but anything written outside the comments will have effect on the browser. So we should take note of that. So let's Ctrl S to save and refresh. You can see there's no any effect on the browser. So let's look at line break. Let me comment and write line break. Less than sign, exclamatory mark, double hyphen. Let's look at line break. Okay. So what does line break does? Line break create a vertical distance between two HTML code. So let's create two paragraph tag. Sorry, small letter. Let me call this one upper part. Okay, let me come back, create another one. So let me create another one. Sorry, paragraph. Less than. Let me call this one lower part. So you Ctrl to save. Now refresh on the browser. Now we can see that we have a content upper part and lower part, and we can see the distance between them. Now let's put a line break between these two. So I told you line break creates a vertical distance between two or more HTML code. So let's put, so line break is written like this, B. So you Ctrl S to save. Now, what do you notice line break? Line break does not have any corresponding closing tag. Why? Because it does not possess any content. So all you just do is to break line. That's why it does not have a corresponding closing tag. So we have some tags that are not, I said earlier that there are some tags, special tags that does not have a corresponding closing tag. So BR is a good example of it. We have BR, which is line break. We have horizontal line HR. We have some other ones which we'll be looking at during the course of this topic. So we've saved. Now let's refresh. Notice the distance between these two HTML content. So you refresh. Now when you refresh, what do you notice? This lower part comes a little bit downward. So it's the work of this BR. The more line you break, the more let's create another line break. So the more contrast to save, the more line break you make, the more there'll be a vertical distance between two or more HTML content. So you refresh. So I can see the lower part comes out. Let's write it like 2 or 3 more times. Right. So contrast to save, then come to the browser. Let's notice the distance between them now. Come to the browser to reload. You can see the lower part, can see the gap between them. So that is basically the work of line break. So it creates a vertical distance between two HTML content. So the next thing, let's go to horizontal rule. Also, horizontal rule does not have is a self-closing tag, so it does not have a corresponding closing tag. So how do we create? Let's create an horizontal rule. Horizontal rules an horizontal line, basically. So let's create it. So horizontal rule, let me create a comment first. Let's sign, exclamatory mark, double hyphen. Let's call it horizontal rule. So let's write a horizontal rule is written with what HR. That's the tag. So you come to your save here. So you contrast to save here. Then it comes to your browser, refresh. Now what do you notice here? There is an horizontal line drawn by the browser. There is an horizontal line drawn by the browser. So that is basically the work of what? HR. It draws an horizontal line. The more HR you create, the more horizontal line you have in your content. HR. So you create another one, HR. Let's create 2 more. HR. Sorry. So how many horizontal line do we create now? We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's refresh. We are going to have 5 horizontal line. So you see you have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's the work of our horizontal line. That's work of horizontal. It draws an horizontal line on the browser. So we've talked about what? Comment. Anything right inside the comment will not have effect on the browser. Like we wrote, I really like coding in HTML, line break, horizontal rule. There's no any effect on the browser. So it's meant for a programmer or someone reading the code to understand what you are doing in a particular particular space in your code. So we talked about line break. Line break creates a vertical distance between two or more HTML content, and we will talk about horizontal rule. Horizontal rule create an horizontal line on the browser, an horizontal line. So what you are going to do now is you are going to create something of this nature and submit it to the submission group. Thank you and see you next class.